Yes, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport. It is IPL week, and we are here to preview IPL 2023 match day one. And I'm joined by our great friend, all the way from Bangladesh, Hakamel. Hak, welcome. And well, it is your show, Hak. So take it away. How are you doing, Hak?
I've been doing great, and my team is doing great. Bangladesh, Ireland, you have seen that. And yep, and IPL is coming up, and we are all excited because it's the biggest tournament in the year. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Well, after CPL, joking. But yes. No, it's, of course, the most highly anticipated event, of course, in T20 cricket. And it begins this Saturday. CSK versus the defending champions, GT. Big matchup to start with, but CSK looking very strong. I took a little gander at the team. A very strong looking team. But before we get there, of course, let's take a dive or let's take a look at what has changed in the Dream 11. So it's, of course, it's Dream 11 website that we're using this season for our IPL action. And before we play any fantasy, it's always good to know the rules, right? How to play, or what's changed, that kind of thing. So let's take a quick look, Hack, at what we can expect or what's in store for us. So of course, basic 11 players. You can use, of course, you're given 100 credits, right? Similar to FPL, of course. You need to pick 1 to 4 wicket keepers, 3 to 6 batsmen, 1 to 4 all rounders, and 3 to 6 bowlers. Okay, and so basic, of course, your captain gives you double the points, your vice captain gives you 1.5. All right, so you could go down the road there a little bit. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from a single team. So, Hak, if you're tackling a particular match day and you want to go very hard, you can do so. But of course, there is a particular limit on the transfers you can make. Just like regular season, you have a total of 150 transfers, 140 for the group stages, and then 10 for the last 3 matches over the course of the entire tournament. So, Hack, we have to ration those transfers, Hack.
Yep. We have some limited changes, and for the first match, I will suggest to pick all the players from the first game, Chennai and Gujarat,
Yeah.
and pick the 11 from these two. And in the second game, we can take out 2 or 3 players maximum and make them captain and vice captain. And just wait and look at the schedule for Chennai and Gujarat playing twice, coming back again. Yeah, that's how we can do it.
Yeah. Solid. Solid. All right, and of course you can create your own leagues. When you have created a team, you'll automatically go into, of course, the World League, and then of course your favorite teams league as well. And then of course you could join our league, which is in the description below of this video. Now there are some chips, right? You get a total of 5 chips, and of course you can spread them out evenly. I know some people hack what they like to do in fantasy now, especially in IPL and even the F1 fantasy. They like to use a chip early in the, at least for the first game, to give them a little edge. Hack. Is that something you tend to do normally when you're playing fantasy?
Yes, before I had a strategy of picking all the players and using the double up. That means if a team gets 400 points, I will get 800 points. And in the
Mm,
second match, I will use the super transfer
right.
so that I get 11 new players and I don't change any transfer. I don't lose any transfer. But later on, in the final game, most of the teams and players they pick the double scoring booster. So that's why I get a bit back footed because in the first game we don't know who is on form, who is playing where, batting order. We don't know much about it. So that's why I will suggest that we should hold our booster for the last stage of the game.
All right. Solid. Now, of course, so that's it there for, of course, like the basic rules, how to play, create a team. Very simple, right? For those who have never played before, obviously there's a nice graphic here on the website breaking down everything for you, right? So, of course, you have your it's itemized out for you. Wicketkeeper, your batsman, your all rounder, and your bowler. All right, and of course, you just as Hack suggested, you try to fill up your first team for the first game this weekend with GT and CSK players. All right, so of course, you have a nice breakdown here, so it won't take too
I
long.
think I
Mhm.
think there is a free uncapped player. That means
Yeah.
if you pick an uncapped player, it won't cost anything. So it's
Yes,
better.
and that is
So if
definitely something that we've used in the past for sure. Yes, Hack, thanks for the reminder. Of course,
yes,
yes,
we
for
can
sure,
we
for
can
sure.
pick three players and just use just two transfers. One of them has to be uncapped players.
Yes.
Let's make a team. We should go
Let's
on and make a team.
let's make a team. Well, I already made one because I had to make, but I will exit off and we will make a team. Sure, let's do that now. Right now, of course, let me get to my team. What we I like the fact I like what you mentioned there in terms of the uncut because of course there'll come a time when we have to ration our money, our credits. We might be strapped. So it's good to keep that in mind when moving forward. We could use uncapped players and we won't spend any money. Right. So I'm just gonna X off my players here and we will go from here. Oh,
Yeah, I have a I have another idea for you. That is, when you pick your team,
mhm.
you need to have at least one wicket keeper and one all rounder. That means you should have in your team someone who can play all along the tournament. Someone like Josh Butler, and all
Okay.
rounder some Josh Butler, or I can say Lokesh Rahul.
All right. What about
Lokesh
like
Rahul is not here. Yeah, we can pick Quinton de Kock.
right, right, of course.
Dinesh Karthik is there, and one all-rounder, because if you remove your all-rounder you have to replace him with another all-rounder. That's why.
Right. What about
So
what about someone like a Moeen Ali? I just call in a name as you're saying someone.
yes, yes, Moin Ali is very good. uh, he will bat up in the order, and they already have too many all-rounders in CSK. They have Jadeja, they have Moin Ali, they have Ben
Yes.
Stokes coming in, they have Shivam
Very
Dube.
strong team.
So many.
Very, very strong team. Now,
Okay,
speaking of
let's
teams, before we so what I'll do, I'll bring in something here very quickly. This before we do that. Because I was of course doing a little research before we jumped in, just to be so what we could do really quickly, we could take a quick look Hack, at some of the
new rules.
at the assets that we have, right? So we have some at the teams, right? Let's meet the teams. So of course we have we would have mentioned Chennai Super Kings are playing this weekend. Let's take a quick look at the team. Right? We won't go through the whole thing, but let's look at a few names that jump out at us.
Yes,
Um they Hack. So of course Chennai Super Kings. Of course, MS Dhoni, right? No introduction needed there, right? Of course. A few names that jump out at me. We have Gaikwad, we have Conway, um, of
we have
course,
Ben Stokes coming
Ben
in, the new
Stokes
player.
coming in, right? Big, big player. Now I have a poll up, Hack. Is Ben Stokes a must have for someone's fantasy team? Do you think we should jump on him early or wait out to see how he plays? Or Ben Stokes is just a must have?
I'm not really sure because he's just coming into a team and everybody else is senior than him, because everybody else have played for CSK and he's just a new player. So we have to wait and see how it goes, because they have Moin Ali, they have Shivam Dube, they have Ravi Jadeja. So it will be one of those kind of things that we have a big name coming in.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something which RCB does every time. They have someone like Gale, they have Watson, they
Hmm.
have guys like Maxwell coming in, but then coming in and going away. So it will be interesting how he plays and what's his role. Does he bat up in the order, opening or number
Mm,
three, or in number eight, number seven, number six?
yeah. This is a very strong team on paper. Like, wow. Especially with the addition of Stoke as a crazy team. Next up, we have the Delhi Capitals. David Warner. The hard hitting David Warner. Solid, solid, solid player for sure.
We
He
have
jumps off
Mitchell
the paper,
Marsh.
of
We have
course.
Mustafizur Rahman.
Mm-hmm.
I have to confirm something that in the first game, none of the South African players will be playing. They will be
Yes.
busy in
Yes.
the ODIs with
Yes.
Netherlands. So they must qualify for the World Cup. That's why it's very
Yeah.
important
It's
for them.
prioritized. Yeah. 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 So like Norky, for example.
Norke
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Angidi and Russo, they might not play.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Another
sure.
problem is they have lost Rishabh Pant.
Yes.
So they need to have Phil Salt. And I don't see much wicket-keeping option in their domestic lineup.
Yeah. Salt is the only option right now. Yeah. Well, I guess we won't jump on him as a wicketkeeper option for our team. Yeah. Um, defending champions, Gujarat Titans.
Gujarat
Of course,
Titans.
facing off this weekend. Run us through this team now. So of course we have Hardik Pandya as the captain. Who here stands out for us here?
Yes, they have Hardik Pandya. They have Shubman Gill, who is in good form. Alzari Joseph, very good bowler.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Rashid Khan, as always,
Yeah.
uh,
Solid.
not just he bowls his four over really well. Also, he finishes the innings very well with his bat. It's the unusual kind of helicopter shots. We have seen
Mm.
them.
Yeah. 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 All
And
right.
they also have Williamson, and Williamson will play because David Miller is unavailable. So that's why Williamson can get some games.
Okay. Okay. All right. Moving on. We of course the Kolkata Knight Riders. Right. Walk us through this one.
Oh, it's the favorite Bangladeshi team, right? Because they
Mm,
have Shakir, they have Liton.
of course.
Yeah, apart from that, they have Gurbaz, and
Yeah.
their main captain is injured. Shreyas Ayers is injured. That's
Right.
why Nitesh Rana is the new captain.
Okay.
And as always, the brothers from West Indies, Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan are there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sunil Narayan are there. And in the bowling, they have Team Saudi
Yeah.
and Ferguson. One of them will play. And they
Solid.
have Visa. So I will say this team is really good. It will be interesting who is going to keep for them.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's a great team. They have Venkatesh Iyer. And yeah, Andre Russell is in great form. All the teams should have Andre Russell in their team. Make that captain.
Say that name one more time for me. Which name is that again?
Andre Russell
Yes, Russell. Hard
must
hitting
have
Russell.
for all the
Okay.
teams.
Okay.
It's in good form.
I'm not
Good
upset with
form
that
with
for
them.
sure. For sure. For sure. We have the look now. Super Giants, right? Walk us through this one. Who should we look out for from this team?
Let me open Super Giants. Obviously, they have KL Rahul, who is a IPL champion, and we have Quinton de Kock in red hot form. So it's very important. And they will play number three, Deepak Huda. He's
Mm-hmm.
very good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Apart from these three, all the other players, they're not really. I'm not really sure about who's gonna perform really well. I think I can pick the uncapped player Mohsin Khan and the Indian bowler Avesh Khan. They're good. And there's Nicholas Puran. Yep, someone from your area,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nicholas Puran. And Kyle Myers is from West Indies.
Of course.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Solid.
that's kind of
Solid
weak team.
outfit. Yeah, but
Kind of weak team.
they have experience. I'll give them that. A little experience.
They're like heavy on the top three, but lower down the order they have some issues. Because Stoinis
Yeah.
is not much in form. Krunal Pandya not much in form. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My favorite team I've back in since this tournament started, Mumbai Indians. Talk to me, Hak. Mumbai Indians.
Mumbai Indians. Well, the giants of Mumbai Indians. Now they're trying to find some face. Because last year they had Jofra Archer, he didn't play, and just Bumrah played. This year, Bumrah is injured, so
Mm-hmm.
Jofra Archer will play, but
Yeah.
the twins won't play together. The dream of all the Mumbai Indians fans. Surya Kumar, who had three ducks in ODIs, he would like to come back to Sky. And they have Brevis, they have Team David. Team
Mm-hmm.
David is really solid player.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever
The
he
real.
gets to bat, he will hit sixes at any delivery. And then there is Ishan Kishan, there's Rohit Sharma, and yep, that's the team. And they have one mystery spinner, Kumar Karthika, the left arm spinner, is really good. Yes, that's the team.
I'm seeing this guy here. Forgive me, Green. Green. That's the guy from Ireland, by chance.
Cam Green, he's from Australia.
Australia. Right.
Yeah,
I remember
Cameron
that
Green.
name. Okay.
Right hand batsman and medium pace bowler.
Okay. Okay.
Really good.
Point. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, he's really good. He has played in the Australia India tour
Okay.
and performed well.
So it might be a nice differential to look out for.
Yes, why not? He's a surprise. He could be the Hardik Pandya in this team.
All right. All right. I love a good differential. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Punjab Kings. Talk to me.
Punjab King. Let me open that.
Check that one. Big player already.
Yeah, Punjab Kings. They have Livingston. They have got Sikandar Raja. They have Sam Curran, Arshdeep. The bowling is really good. Alice is there.
Bowling is good.
Rabada will come in after the South Africa games,
Mm-hmm.
and they have picked Matthew Short. He's a Big Bash champion,
Mm-hmm.
must have for any team. So, but I have some doubts about this team. The youth is really good, like Jitesh
Right.
Sharma, the good wicket keeper, Harpreet Brar, the all-rounder. They're really good, and yeah, I can say their go-to man will be Sam Curran. He can bowl, he can bat, he can do anything.
Of course. Yeah.
The man of the tournament for T20 World Cup. Right?
But if I had to pick a guy from this team, first player I'm going with is Ashdeep Singh. I love Ashdeep Singh.
Yes, Arshdeep
Solid,
is
solid, solid.
really good.
Yeah.
Arshdeep is really good. And Sam Curran we can pick, and Livingston is in good form.
Yeah.
We can pick
Yeah.
him also.
Another great all rounder. Yeah.
Yes. And the captain Shikhar Dhawan must be trying to prove a point because he's been out of the team.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so next up we have Rajasthan Royals. All right.
Yes,
So
the
who's the
Royal.
not too bad. Watching the team here already. Seeing
Yes,
Trent
we have
Bolt,
Josh
of course.
Butler.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Mm-hmm.
Josh Butler, number one batsman. We have
Of
DC
course.
Chahal, number one bowler. So we must have these two.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle section, we have plenty of players. Like we have Ashwin, we have Samson, we have Hetmeyer from West Indies,
Of course.
Holder from West Indies. You have Matt Holder, right?
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah. So they're good players. And another thing is the Test champion Joe Root is in the team. It will be
Mm.
interesting how he plays and what he plays. And there's Donovan Ferreira from South Africa is good, and Obed McCoy gives some runs from West Indies, gives some runs but takes wickets also. And there's Adam Zampa. It will be
Yeah.
interesting
Very
whether they
dangerous.
play Chahal, Ashwin, and Zampa or drop anybody out. Yeah, so this is the team.
Yeah, that's a deep lineup. That lineup is very solid. Very, very, very solid. Okay.
Yes.
Um, all right, coming on to the last two. So we have Royal Challengers Bangalore.
RCB.
Mm-hmm.
The RCB, the big fan base. Yes. En Salah Cup Namre. This time we're gonna win, right? So they in their team they have obviously have Virat Kohli, the captain Duplessis there, the Maxwell coming in, Michael Bracewell. from New Zealand, really good
Mm-hmm.
player, and they have Hasaranga, the champion leg spinner, and then they have the domestic bowler Siraj and Harshal Patel. Harshal Patel is a IPL champion. He can always bowl those slower ones and pick plenty of wickets. In the bench, I can see we have Finn Allen, Reece Topley, and David Willey. So these are the new recruits, I can say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, so overall, I think they have a good chance because they have the finisher Dinesh Karthik there. He's a good finisher. Rajat Patidar, the local player, and he's really good. We have seen that in the last season. So yeah, they have a strong chance of making the top four,
Okay.
especially with the captaincy of Fab Duplessis.
Right.
Yes.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Hyderabad. Yes. Bad. Hyderabad.
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 Yes, yes.
Forgive
The
me. Yes.
Hyderabad team.
Talk to me.
Where is the Hyderabad team? Yes, I have. So they have a new player, Mayank Agarwal, coming in. Will
Mm-hmm.
be interesting. He's a run machine, and they have Abhishek Sharma. They have
Mm-hmm.
the England superstar Harry Brook,
Yes. Yes.
who
Yes.
has scored big runs. They have
Yes.
Phillips, the run machine from New Zealand,
Okay.
and they have Tripathi. Tripathi is the IPL. He's very good in IPL. Then we have Washington Sundar, the all-rounder.
Mm-hmm.
You might like. So many people like him. And
Yeah.
there's
Familiar.
Akil Hussain. Have you heard
Yeah.
this name
Of
before?
course. No, no hack. I've never heard of that young man.
Oh, it's
Brilliant
really
bowler.
good. It's
Brilliant.
really good.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I hope he shines. I really hope he shines this tournament.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And they have Mark Ram, they have Klassen, they have Janssen, they have Fazal Haq. So the main four and the second four all are good. And they have the England experienced leg spinner. Adil Rashid is there. And what I'm amazed about this team is they have the bowling lineup, which is the best I can say in any team. They have Bhuvaneshwar, they have Natarajan, they have Umran Malik, and in the bench we can see Kartik Tyagi really bowls well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it will
Yeah.
be very interesting. This is such team that they don't need much overseas fast bowler. All the teams need some fast bowlers overseas,
Yes.
but they have international quality in India.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one of them like these Indian bowlers and one overseas will help them like someone like Janssen from South Africa like Fazal Haq Faruqi they will enhance the bowling lineup and bowling depth. Yes, this is the team.
Okay. Now, I know it's too early to ask this, right? But normally with fantasy, when you're picking, is a particular crop you try to stay with. Now, I know you said to start off the tournament, let's go ham on GT and CSK. But now we went through some of the assets there. Are there particular teams that you're going to be picking more from or pulling from? You're going to stick with, or is it that the scheduling? I know because these are weird tournaments. It's not like football, like FPL, where you can just pick a few and leave it to set. You have to rotate. But are there, or basically, let me ask you a simpler question: who do you think are your top four teams to go through, and who you want to target players from the most? Who you keen to target from the most?
Well, top point scoring. Let me get some data out there. I will look at the data and then tell you.
Because these teams are some on paper, Hack. I'm seeing some very good looking lineups here, Hack. And particularly,
Well,
talk to me.
uh, I'm looking at all the top scoring batsmen, and I can see three names from Gujarat Titans: Hardik, Shubman, and Miller. That
Okay,
means, yep,
okay,
the Gujarat team is good. And then there's two names from Lucknow: KL Rahul and Quentin Dico. So LSG and Gujarat. And let's look at the bowling lineup. So in the bowling lineup, I can see uh, there is Hasaranga and
mm-hmm.
Josh Hazelwood. I'm not sure whether he's injured or fit. And there's Harshal Patel also. So Hasaranga and Patel. That means in the bowling we can pick some players from RCB. And there is, I can see Krishna will not play from Rajasthan Royals, and Chahal is there. It's hard to pick from. Oh, I can see two Gujarat players. That means Shami and Rashid Khan. That means anyhow in your team you can have three or four Gujarat Titans players. They
Okay.
are in really good form. Yeah, that's my pick.
Because we could say like Gil, Shami, and what Pandya from Gujarat. You think that's
Yeah,
as a solid three
Miller.
to have? Miller,
Miller is there. Miller, Hardik, and Shami,
Shami.
Rashid,
Yeah.
and a must-have for my team will be Josh Butler and
All
Chahal.
right. Yeah.
Yes, they're two greats.
All right. So let's take a quick look now at. Let's go back to the app now, and then of course let's try to structure the team for Friday. And of course we will discuss and preview the players that we think will do well or perform the best. All right. Stream 11. Boom. Right. So I would have emptied out my team hack, and we're going to pick a team based on what we think. Hey boy, big up Kapil all the time. Thanks, Caps, for coming through. Right. Hack.
Hey, Kapil, thanks.
Yeah, man. Keen. Big cricket fans too as well. Big on the cricket. And of course, CPL as well, but can't wait for CPL. There's some big announcement coming up this week. I'm going to the media conference this Wednesday about CPL. So as soon as I get any info, I'll let you know. Right, I'll holler back at you. I don't know what it is, but some big announcement coming up.
Mhm.
All right.
Wow.
So I'll be there covering it. Yeah, I'm gonna try and cover it. All right. So we discussed the players, we discussed some of the assets, we went through all the teams. So of course, this weekend action starts, and let's get into picking the team hack. Let's pick a prime team for this weekend's action. So I'm going with what you said. You said let's go strong on the two teams that are opening. So take it away, hack, and I will chime in as well. With some names as well. See if you disagree or agree. So, you want to start any particular order or start from Wicketkeeper come down? What you want to do? You in charge.
First, you have to go to the filter option.
All
Go to
right,
filter
very good.
option,
Yes,
search,
right. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Then you pick the match,
Yes, you do. Just like
then
this.
apply. Now apply.
Then you apply. Just like that. So
Now,
let me do that one more time for the newbie. So it's very easy. If you know there's a particular game coming up and you want to just see those assets alone, not be flooded by other names from other games, you just come here. But in this case, we are going to only select the game that's coming up this weekend. All right. Thank you, Hack, for that.
yes.
Right. Simple. Right. So don't forget this Friday's action. All right, Hack, take it away. So of course we are only faced with Gujarat Titans and CSK teams and players. So go ahead, Hack.
Uh, in the wicket keeper section, let's go to
Mm-hmm.
wicket keepers.
Yeah.
We have MS Dhoni, we have Matthew Wade, we have Riddhiman Saha, and we're not really sure about Srikar Bharat or who will play or not. So basically, we have three options. So Wade will play, I think, because Miller is not there. So we
Right.
can pick Miller. Saha will bat in the opening order, and Dhoni doesn't bat up in the order. It's very interesting. So I would say someone like Wade or Saha. So we can pick Saha because he's very
Okay.
underrated and very good
Yeah.
batsman.
And he's 7.1% selected compared to
Yes.
Wade's 11.3%. So all right, interesting already. Okay, so we're moving right along.
Okay, we pick Saha. Now we go to the batsman because we don't want any more wicket keepers because there are not
Right.
many good options there.
Yeah, at least for these teams. Correct.
Yes, it is true. Okay, we can see Ruturaj, right? Kapil commented on Ruturaj. Yes, we
Yes,
must pick
yes.
Ruturaj. Yes, let's pick him.
All right. Now, anyway, I won't do that. I'll leave it alone. But last season, he did not start the hottest. Heck, I went ham on him and he didn't start too hot last season at all. It wasn't too hot. The previous season, we knew he was on fire. But let's see what he can do this season. Let's see what he can do.
Uh,
Okay, anyone?
Before,
Mm-hmm.
yes, before
Go ahead.
picking any players, we must go through their mental state. He was picked for the national team and didn't get to not many chances, and he will be expecting, he will be waiting for his chance and get some runs for the World Cup and for the Indian team.
Of course, of course.
So it will be back of his mind. So while picking any teams, any players, we must think that which team he's gonna play and which position he's gonna play and what will be his role. So that's why Rituraj is really important Indian player.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Shubman Gill always in form. We can pick Shubman Gill.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And Conway, I'm not really sure because he's pretty slow.
Okay,
One,
okay.
we can pick one of them, Williamson and Raidu, because Wheeler won't play. He's in Netherlands ODI.
Yes.
So we can pick Ambati Raidu or Williamson.
Okay. All right.
Let's pick Williamson.
All right.
I mean, why not? Very
Yeah.
good player. Okay, so we're done. I think we just get three players because we don't have much options in this team. There's Rahane. Will he play? It will be very interesting. Last year it was maybe Pujara. This time it's Rahane. Okay, let's
All
go to
right.
the all-rounders.
Yes. All rounders now.
Okay, now we have plenty of options and just four to pick. We can go crazy on here.
Yes.
But one problem is if you spend too much of your budget, you might be short of your money.
Later down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, because other then you have to pick some cheap bowlers.
Yes.
Anyways,
Correct.
we can always have those cheap
Yeah.
bowlers.
We at this stage, of course, we have unlimited, so we can always alter and restruct as we see fit.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So we will pick Hardik Pandya, the selfish captain. He bowls, he bats, he does everything for himself. So the kind of player we need in your fantasy team.
Yes. Yeah. Aggressive. You need that.
And Jadeja, Jadeja is really good in form of the Test tournament, Test series that one.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Rashid
Yes.
Khan,
Yes. Of
cats
course.
also. And the fourth option, we have Shivam Dube, we have Ben Stokes, Moeen Ali. You can pick Moeen Ali, your favorite. And we are letting go Ben Stokes. Very interestingly.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Big news.
I am not. I'm not letting go Ben Stokes. I will. No, this is a tough decision for me. I will.
Yes.
I don't know, boy. I like Moeen Ali, but Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes is the man. You can't go wrong with Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes is a big game player,
Yes. That's
right?
why.
And you see his selection. He's 21.7% selected
Hmm.
as compared to 7.7 Moeen Ali.
So, did you notice something? That when picking the wicket keepers, we didn't have any option to pick. And this time, for the all-rounders, we have so many options that
Yes,
we can
correct,
pick
correct.
anybody.
We're spoiled for choice. All right, I'll put Moeen for now. We're just picking a team. Pick Moeen for
Yeah, Ben Stokes have some runs,
now. Yeah.
but Moeen Ali does not. You know what I'm gonna do is just go go to a new tab and look at the quick info profile. They will show the last
Yes.
10 games. So we can look at that and get to see who is in form.
Yeah. For
That's what
sure.
I do. Okay, so yeah, we can pick Ben Stokes. And you have picked Moeen Ali. I don't mind because it's fine. He can bowl.
So Kapil is saying Stokes for Jadeja. All right. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we can do that. They all play for the same team. So the wickets will be divided. The batting 20 overs will be divided.
Yeah. All right. So
While
of
pick,
course.
yeah, while picking any team, we have to
Mhm.
think about that also. That if someone bats,
Mhm.
he should have some kind of over behind him. Like if if I'm picking a team like Lucknow,
Right.
the top order one, two, three, they will bat most of them. So that means if you pick Nicholas Purani, you won't have much of deliveries to play. Oh, Kapil says Stokes for Jadeja.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick Stokes for
Yeah, I
Jadeja.
brought him in. I did it already. I did it already. So I brought him in.
Yeah.
So we have a
Okay.
strong all rounder lineup there.
I'm a Jadeja fan, so
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Well then okay, we could drop Moeen and bring in Jadeja. What do you think?
Whatever, but it's gonna be a headache for
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Anybody, because there are five players, just pick four. And we're letting go Shivam Dube, Tewatia,
Imagine
Stan
that to
Smith.
what yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, they don't even get a mention.
yeah. And Tuati was a great servant for me in the last tournament. Very good. I had him on my
No,
team.
if Gujarat is chasing, then pick Tewatia.
Yeah,
And if they're
yeah,
batting first, don't pick him. That's
yeah,
the basic rule for
yeah.
Tewatia.
Thankfully,
Okay,
what I'm glad. Sorry, let me take a there. I'm glad you mentioned that. This fantasy format for those who are new to it is similar. If you play Champions League, you have a little time just as the coin toss. Just after the coin toss, you have a little time to structure and fix your team, and you will see some green dots near the players'
yes,
icons
available
there,
players, playing 11.
or red that indicate okay, green they're playing or red they're not playing. So you have a little time to structure it before the game officially starts.
Yes. After the toss, you must open your team and check if anybody is
Yes,
not playing.
yes,
It's a
yes,
must.
for sure. Must. Trust me, I've been there many times. Please make sure you do that. So even if you're following it on quick info or something like that, the toss is going on, check your team as quickly as possible. All right, bowling time now.
Okay, bowling.
Hack,
Bowling.
I'll leaving you to do this. What did I have? Because
Shami.
options not too hard.
Shami. Shami is a must have. Oh,
Okay.
we have already picked four overseas, so we can't pick
Yeah.
any overseas.
Yeah. No. No.
We don't have
That's
much
why.
option in overseas also.
No.
Just tempting is Aljari Joseph. Otherwise, there is Odin Smith also there.
Yeah.
Little is there. I don't know whether he will play or not. Yep. So let's pick just three local players.
Okay. Sure.
You can see some small U mark, the uncapped player. Can you see? On Mukesh Chaudhary, we have uncapped player. We have Yash Dayal. Can you see that little yellow marker?
Yash Dayal. Uh huh.
I have opened his profile. Yash Dayal, open his profile. You can see uncapped player. Go to left side. Yeah, pick him.
He's right
Uncapped. That
uncapped player.
means he haven't played for India.
Right.
So these are the players. Let's go to the filter. Go to the filter.
Sure.
Go
Sure.
back. Go back. Go to the filter.
Filter. And you could put
Go,
uncut if you want.
go to player type.
Type.
Player
Yeah.
type.
And you could come here. Right.
Then click uncapped player. Yes.
Yeah.
So these are the players. Uh, they might be cheap, but you have to find one of them in your 11. Pick one of the players. They will be cheap and they will play in the 11. It will be very interesting because they will be cheap and uh, it won't spend cost you anything.
Yeah.
That's why.
Kapil here saying early games will suit the faster bowlers, and he's also saying that Mukesh is a good shout, wicket taker.
Mukesh is quite injured and there is doubt on playing him.
Ah,
So we have
okay,
to look at the toss. I have heard that there is injury problem.
okay,
Uh,
okay, okay. So he's a doubt right now.
Anyways, I have picked Shami and I don't have much money.
Yeah. Well, we have 6.5 left, so we could we have the
Who did you pick? Who did you
I
pick? Yash Dayal.
I
Acha,
I
remove
put in
Yash
the
Dayal.
Yash Dayal, yeah, and Shami.
Remove Yash Dayal. Okay,
Remove him.
remove. Let's
I'm
see.
gonna
Ah,
take
okay.
off the uncapped.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Cool.
Okay. The very
Yep.
interesting thing is we don't
So we have
have much money.
14 left.
14. That means 7 for each.
Yeah, 7-7. Correct.
That's why I told you that when we are picking the all-rounders, we're gonna need some money later
Yes,
on
of course.
for the
Of course.
bowlers. Yeah.
Of course.
So for this part, we need to have the toss time and look at the
Yes.
11, then pick. So basically, for now, we can pick just pick Sai Kishore. Sai Kishore is very good. Pick Sai Kishore
Right, no problem. At least
because
that's
we don't have
6.5.
much money. So we
But
have
what
to
about this
remove.
guy here? This guy is selected by 6.4%. Is he just a fodder? Or you think you will get a star? You will get
What's his name?
this one is
Hangarkar.
Prashant Solanki.
Oh, Solanki. Nah, he won't play. He won't play.
6.4. Okay, he's just a fodder then. Okay.
We have to remove Shami because he's too expensive at this stage.
Expensive. Okay.
Yes.
Now, in this instance, would you rather remove one of the all rounders to free up some funds or no?
No, I won't suggest that because in this game, the all-rounders are gonna be the gold. So
Okay,
let's
fine.
keep
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
then let's pick Shivam Mavi.
All right,
Let's pick
Mavi.
Shivam Mavi.
Right,
So
7.5 left.
he's definitely gonna play. Is very surety. There's surety about that. Then we have now 7.5. So we have something going on. Okay, now we don't have much options.
Yeah. 'Cause I know you
We
said that
can't.
Mukesh might be potentially injured.
Uh, let's pick. Let's go to the all-rounders and pick someone cheap. Have to drop Moin Ali and go get someone cheap.
Okay. I know you just want to drop him.
I just want to drop him. That's it. I like Moin Ali, but we don't have much money.
Right.
I have already dropped Jadeja. One thing is sure in fantasy cricket, that is you like someone but you can't pick him. You have to pick someone you don't like but he's scoring points.
He's good point. Exactly that.
You,
I'm
you
glad
have
you
to
said that. Same thing in all fantasy. No heart. There's no love. You have to pick the
you
guys
have
that
to
are
drop
going to.
someone. No, I love him. I'm a big fan. I can't. We can pick Shivam Dube. I think he is very good player.
Okay, 7.5. Okay, so we have 9.5 remaining. So we go back to the
Yes.
bowling.
Now we can see. We can pick Chahar.
All right, solid.
Okay, we pick Chahar.
All right.
Okay. Uh,
All right. The big question now, who do we captain and who we do vice captain?
oh, wait. We can drop. Go back and drop Sai Kishore
You want to drop Psyche? Sure. Hold
because
on.
we have one credit left.
Okay.
Drop Sai Kishore. Yeah.
So 8.5. Nice. Okay.
Now we can pick Joseph. We can pick Joseph.
Alzari. All right. No problem.
Alzari Joseph. Yeah. Because I don't think Tikshana will play. He will be in the Sri Lanka New Zealand T20s.
Right.
Okay, now we have point 0.5 going on. Who can we pick from point 0.5? Point 0.5. We can upgrade one of our players.
Well, Kapil is saying Rashid Khan is disposable. Who would you have instead of Rashid Khan, Kapil?
No, we can't drop Rashid Khan because he bats really well. That's a plus point.
I agree. I agree with you,
He
Hamid. I agree.
always bowls 4 overs. When
Right.
he's bowling, he's not giving you any runs at all.
Yes. Very stingy.
So don't have much options. It's crazy. We can drop Deepak Chahar for Shami. Shami, Deepak Chahar, Deepak Chahar. Deepak Chahar can bat, so let's pick him.
All right. Run
It's
that by me
really
one more
hard.
time.
It's really hard to pick drop Shami,
Yeah.
but we have nothing to do. Let's go on with this team.
All right.
So let's correct Ridhiman Saha, Rituraj Gaikwad, Shubman Gill, Williamson, Hardik Pandya, Ben Stokes, Rashid Khan, Shivam Dube, Shivam Mavi, Aljari Joseph, Deepak Chahar, right? Okay. Did you pick the same team?
Yeah, this is the team right here.
Okay. Now for the captain.
Hmm.
For picking the captain, I have a tendency of picking the captain for the captain. You get what I say?
Right, right. I
Pick
get
the
you.
captain for
For
the
the
captain
captain.
because he will play with extra responsibility. He will bat
Yes,
better,
yes.
he will bowl better, and Williamson is not the captain. So Hardik Pandya is the captain. So let's pick
Okay.
Hardik Pandya as the captain.
All right.
And the second option is open. Anybody can. Like Shubman Gill, Gaikwad is there, Rashid is there, Ben Stokes is there. Anybody.
But I typically don't like to. I don't like to captain and vice on the same team. So I'll cap one and vice the other. What do you think about a hack?
Yes, I don't know. Ben
Yeah.
Stokes. I'm looking for Moeen Ali, but we dropped him very nicely.
Yeah, you dropped him, not we. You.
Just me.
We. We. You.
Yeah, just me.
Wow. Khan is doing
Who
stuff.
did you?
Wow.
Okay, Ben Stokes. Okay, Ben Stokes.
Yeah, vice cap, vice cap. Right, so moving on. Boom. So this is what we're looking at. Just now. Oh yeah, right. This is what we're looking at here for the Wild tackling that first game this Friday. Now, something I wanted to do. Hold on. I passed it already. What I wanted to do, was just take a look at. Let me see. Would I get to see it here? Hold on.
You can click on the booster
Right.
and
So I just wanted to
draw
take a look. Right. So I just want to take a look at what the boosters are, what we have available. Right. So we have the super transfer. So of course you can use this to get unlimited player transfers for a match. Right. Only it is right not valid for your first group stage playoff match or when transfers are
obviously,
unlimited.
obviously.
Obviously. Triple scorer. Right? That's self-explanatory. Okay. Just put it on someone you think will triple up.
Triple
Double.
scorer means Hardik Pandya gets three points. Ben Stokes gets 2x points, and Rashid Khan, your third pick, will get 1.5x players
Yeah.
points.
Right. Double up, right? So of course he uses to double up a team's total
Double.
fantasy points for the match.
Total for this match, if you have 400, 500 points, it will be
Yeah.
multiplied to 2.
No, I think that's a good chip to use at the first match. I feel so, to use in the first match. I think
And
so.
look at the power overseas. We
Right.
have the 4 players, and they all will score double. If
Ooh.
in that case, if you use that, you have to captain and vice captain only the
Yes,
overseas
foreign.
players,
Yeah.
foreign
Yeah.
players, no,
Yeah.
not the local players.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's one for the power Indian player. And similar to the power overseas player. I like these
If you
chips. I like these chips. Very good.
if you use this one, you have to pick all the Indian players,
Yeah.
and I will suggest don't pick any overseas players in this match.
Right.
Pick
All local. Yes. Yes.
11 Indian players.
Yes.
That will be very interesting. Don't pick
Yeah.
any overseas for that game.
For that
It
game.
will be
Correct.
a good idea.
I like that
Because
shout.
if someone is overseas, his points won't be counted as double.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
just pick every young player, any player. Just pick 11 Indians.
Capped, uncapped, ready to roll. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good shout. I think I don't know if Kapil agreed with me. I think I like the double up the double up for Friday. I think I might use that chip. I'll tinker again, watch my team. But I think I will double up on Friday. I think that's a good chip to use on Friday. I think so. Just to get a good start. Right?
Yes.
So this is and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you pick your team, you structure your team, you went over who's gonna play the teams as well, went over some of the key assets. What do you think? Who do you think will win though? Who's your prediction, your match prediction? I know early to say, but match prediction just for this match, not for the whole tournament,
This
between
match. Yes.
CSK and Gujarat. Who do you think has the better edge? Who's gonna win on paper for you?
I have to say Gujarat Titans.
Okay.
because their team was strong, still is strong. Chennai team was wasn't very strong in the last season. This time they're coming up with a new power. So I will say like 60-40 to Gujarat, 40% to Chennai.
Okay.
Whether
Um.
there's a spinning pitch, Jadeja and all the other spinners will come into play.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Gujarat is gonna win. That's what I think.
What anybody anyone that we didn't mention from this game that might be a decent shout? Any differentials or we went with some hard hitters here, but anyone maybe from some of the other territories, like any Sri Lankans that we didn't look at, any other West Indians we didn't look at all coming up for this game, anyone that in the back of your mind, but you just didn't pick them because you were going for the hard hitters, anyone at all that you could think about?
Let me look at the team.
Yeah, no problem. And it good to me. I like a good differential shout. You never know someone who's looking for the to try and cement themselves in the team and wants to get some more wants to get some playing time. You never know. Have a great first day.
I can say there is Dwayne Pretorius or
Okay.
Magala. Magala is
Okay.
a replacement player. He might play well. Yeah, the South African, if he plays, you can
Right,
pick him.
because of my
Sisanta
right,
Magala
right,
From
right.
Chennai.
Yeah. Okay.
And
What
then
about
there's Pathirana, a bowls like Malinga,
mhm.
but he's too young. So yeah, Sisanta Magala should be the X Factor player. So,
what about this bowler Mahish Dikshana?
Tikshana won't be playing. He's a
No. Right,
mystery
he's in
spinner like Naran,
yes.
but because he will play in New Zealand, have
Yes,
some
yes,
series
yes,
going
yes.
on.
He's busy right now.
But
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
he's coming back, you can always pick him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I keep forgetting these series. And what you think about that, hack? I like the fact that these territories are holding onto their players and not letting them go to the IPL until they are finished with their duty. Because as you said before, these games are very important. Are you in stance with that?
I don't, I don't agree because IPL is a long tournament, and first few games, if the main players are not coming, the other player will get a chance. So it's better. It's win-win situation because normally the teams won't use the number one players, won't drop them. So they get a chance for and they complete the international. You have to think that IPL is a league and national international is most important for every team. Right?
Yeah. Caps here mentioned the name Rayadu.
Yes, Raidu is good. He does not look like a fit person or quite uh, matured person, but in the field he's like a lion. He
Hmm.
always comes up with all the good runs and good innings. This IPL, we have some new rules. You know about the rules? Let's discuss the rules.
Sure, we could discuss that. Sure.
Yes, this time we have impact players. So I will give you this match example and tell you.
Sure.
Imagine Chennai is batting first.
Okay.
Imagine in your mind Chennai is batting first. They scored around 180, 160, and Raidu played really well. Then what they're gonna do is sit out Raidu like a football match. They will sit out Raidu and pick any someone like Mukesh Chaudhary or someone Indian bowler. How do you think about that?
Hmm.
Because Raidu won't bowl the 4 overs, but the new bowler
Ah,
who is fresh, he will bowl the 4 overs. So
right.
that means you have additional bowler,
Yes.
more overs in your team. In the same way, if you go to the Gujarat team,
Mm-hmm.
imagine they have bowled and they have bowled with five, six bowlers,
Okay.
and they will drop one of them, the Indian ones only, because you can't change if you are playing four overseas. You can't pick any overseas as impact player.
Right.
So what they're gonna do is drop Shami because Shami does not bat really well. They will
Right.
just drop Shami and pick any local batsmen like Sai Sudarshan, Bharat Biswal, Ravi Shankar.
Ah, okay, okay.
So that means this team batting depth will get better.
Yes.
This is the power of the impact player. New introduction in IPL.
Okay, okay. Very
Last time it
interesting.
was used in South Africa T20.
Right. Okay.
So imagine you have picked a player, but you forgot to change him. But later on, he comes up as a impact player, so you get some
Right.
bonus points.
Yes, yes, yes. That's vital for sure.
But
For
it
sure,
is
for
very
sure.
risky if you have
Of
impact
course.
player in your bench because you are not sure because there will be four options. One of them will play, so surety is uh, quite a concern. He
Yeah, you
might
want
not
to, yeah,
get used. Might not
yeah,
get used.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Another
feel it.
rule change is the no ball and white ball. You can DRS them. Do you remember MS Dhoni walking onto the ground for a no ball?
Hmm. So,
So there are always very fight for the last ball, waist high
yes.
no ball. I remember once Owen McCoy bowled a waist high no ball.
Hmm.
There was a fight going on. The Delhi Capitals match. Yeah, Rishabh Pant was animated.
Right.
So this time we can DRS and look at the third umpire replays for the
Yes.
white
Yes.
balls and the no balls. Everything. Yep. So those are the basic rule changes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have
Okay.
covered
Yeah.
almost
Solid.
everything.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. I want to thank Kapi for coming through in the comments. Yeah, and just now, let's take a quick. Let me just.
Let's reply. I could see CSK begin masters at the sub tactics.
Yeah.
Yes, MS Dhoni is the master of everything. So he will use his mind and uh, pick the best impact player, substitute player for his
Yeah.
game.
I can
Right?
definitely see that. I want to
He's the
bring up.
mastermind.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Any
brilliant.
other comments do you have?
He's been. I mean, he's been at this for how long? He's very, very. Come on, he's good. He knows how to captain a side and stay aside to winning ways. I want to bring up something really quickly. Wrong thing. Right. So what I want to do, I just want to take a quick gander at the. I want to take a quick gander at just some of the fixtures that are coming up. So of course,
Right.
if we take a look here, so of course, as we know, this Friday, well, 10 a.m. our, I think it's 10 a.m. first in Trinidad, 10 a.m. our time. Of course, Gujarat Titans playing CSK. Then Saturday, we have Punjab playing Kolkata. Then Lucknow playing Delhi later that day. And then, of course, Sunrisers playing Royals Sunday, and RCB playing Mumbai Indians, right? So, bam, that's the weekend. Now, if you take a quick look ahead now, Monday, CSK are back in action, which is what Hack was alluding to. You try to make sure you don't get rid of all of them because they will be playing soon,
If
right?
you go to the fantasy app, just go to the fantasy app
Yeah,
and
you can
I
see
will
that.
show you something. Kapil have commented about Mukesh Chaudhary. He has been injured. That's why we didn't pick him.
Ah,
But
he's
there is a
injured.
doubt about him. If he plays, we will definitely gonna pick him because he's uncapped player, free player. Now, if you go to the team and then you go to the matches.
Yes, no.
I open the
Yeah,
11, make
yeah.
changes, go to the make changes option.
Transfers.
Yeah, go to transfers.
Yeah, you could look
And you
ahead.
can click on the filter and matches.
Yeah,
Or not matches, I think there's, yes, yes, this one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
This
So
is very
again,
easy. This is
yes,
very
and if you
easy to
look,
see.
yeah,
Just look at the logo of Gujarat and Chennai and
yeah,
go down and look, try to match the logo. So we have 3 April, 3rd of April we have Chennai match, and 4th
Yes.
of April we have Gujarat match. So we can hold the Chennai players and we can let go easily the Gujarat players because there are so many games. Because there are 10 teams.
Yes.
And
Now,
if you look at the team, you have LSG match on 1 and
yes.
3.
Yes.
So they have double match. So
Yes.
on the second day, we can pick plenty of Lucknow players because they will have double games. Uh, Deacock won't play. KL Rahul, very important player. Huda is very important player. Avesh Khan, Mohsin Khan. Yeah, these are the players. Nicholas Puran is there.
Yes.
So you have to count. You have to make some ideas that who is gonna play very soon. Okay.
Now, I have a question now, Hack. So I know you said so for the first game, go hard. First for the first game, right? For you go hard with CSK and GT. Now, moving forward, now of course, as you rightfully just pointed out, we have some not double gaming, but potentially double game mix, right? Where we have NSG playing very close to the second game, GTCSK as well. Now if we are limited for transfers, right? We have 140 transfers for this season.
How many?
Is it that when we get the first taste, so the first round, is it that we try to use the uncut players as early as possible to save some funds, or do we try to keep a core of the top players and then just roll from there? So what I mean is, so three, let's say three from GT, two from CSK. I'm just saying maybe one solid LSG or two, and then we alternate the transfers accordingly and go from there instead of trying to put four and five. How much do you think is a good enough assets to have from each of the games going forward? So each of the teams going forward. So let's say RCB playing Mumbai, that'll be the first time they're playing each other. How much players should I get rid of to bring in RCB and Mumbai assets?
For the like the later games.
Yeah.
Uh,
So like for match five.
for the later games, you have to take out a calculator, okay, in your mobile, in your app. Get a calculator, then calculate that we have this many matches, not matches, days.
Yes.
Just count the days. We have one, two, three. Just keep on counting. Okay. Then imagine we have like 60 days
Mm-hmm.
or 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we will divide the days into the uh, transfers.
Yeah, the
That means
140.
70. We have 70, and we will divide with days, not matches.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There will be some days where you can have the double headers.
Yes.
So just divide them with days. Per day, I will have this kind of. So we can have three. Uh, how many did you say?
I was saying three.
Yeah. For every match, just pick 3 players.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
pick 3 players and hold those who can have a match coming up very soon. Hold those.
Right. Yes.
If you hold those, you can have more options. You can have
Yeah.
more points. So and use the uncapped players very nicely. There is
Yes.
one free. You can use that and just 2 or 3 and hold your transfers right now and use them for later on. If you hold them now, then later on in the last game you can use 10 for a game. If you have wickets in your hand,
Yes.
when you play one day game, we hold your wickets for the first 20 overs. Then later on you can play more and more. That's how I see the game.
Yeah.
Because if you
Yeah.
exhaust right now, later on you will be very miserable life because you have very small transfers left. But one thing is you have to use all your transfers before the league ends.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
just open a calculator and do the maths. How
Yes.
many days do we have? Just count the days and you will be fine.
Yeah. Solid. Solid. I am definitely going to because I have to fix my strategy. Last season I went very hard on the transfers, like at least five. I had to make sure I had players and then I had to ration it. No, I survived, but I had to ration it coming down to the end using uncapped players here, or maybe sometimes not having a player represented from both teams, just one team, that kind of thing, you know. But definitely have to try and re-strategize and approach it a bit differently this season, for sure, for sure. But I do like the idea of. I definitely think, Hack, I'm going to. I mean, I stick with this team. There are a few players I want to bring in. Obviously, we did this team just for the viewers, but what I would like to do for me, I'm definitely going to use that double booster, and I will go hard with of course, picking all my players from the first two games of from the first game. Sorry, from the Friday's match. I think that's a good shout there. Hack, any closing words before we sign off? I want to thank you very much for your time.
I have
Talk to
a
me.
I have a tips for you.
Sure,
For the first
sure.
game, we have picked 11 players, but I can guarantee you that there will be like 4 5 players maximum will who are gonna score points because
Yes,
full
yes.
11 will not. Because in a T20 game, there will be three from this side, three from that side. Just 6 players who are gonna get the wickets and the runs. So you don't need to have so many players. Just have three but solid.
Yes.
Just pick four but solid. They will get the 50s. They will get the wickets. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Small
well,
but
what,
solid.
what then? Not to cut you, but then you have me thinking maybe your or first 11 or first fantasy 11 could involve the second match if
Yeah,
that's the way
surely,
that we're
surely,
thinking.
surely.
Yeah, just to make sure we ration
Just
the transfers. Yeah.
yes. That means for the second game, you don't need to change anybody.
Yes. Yes.
The the advantage that we have is we can see the toss and we
Yes.
can see who's available. For the second game, we don't know who's gonna play, but it will cost us some transfers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We don't know about the 11th. But if
Yeah.
you're sure enough that Russell will play, so yeah, we can pick Russell. We can pick
Right.
Sam Curran.
Yes.
Sure enough to play.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, Hawk, thanks very much for your time. What time is it? No, I want to guess what it is. No,
Uh,
listen, let me guess. Let me
it's
guess.
11. It's 11.
11. Wow, 11 a.m. It's now 1:09 a.m. But thanks very much. So, Hawk, we will do this weekly, and we'll, of course, try to keep up to date. Maybe what, every 5 games or so, every 6 games, try and do an episode, review the
Okay.
six, and then preview. We can work it out, right? So, of course, stay tuned here to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports. I want to thank Kapil for keeping us company in the comment section. And of course, you can take part in the poll. And don't forget our league in the description below. You can follow Hack on Twitter. As always, very open, always willing to give great advice. He knows everything about every single cricket region, territory, anything you want to talk about cricket. Right? He's very, very good, very solid, right? And I'm not making that up. He's very good. You can test him for yourself, right? So I want to again thank Hack for coming through this morning, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Happy picking. May your captain score a century and may your bowlers take some hat tricks. All right, take care, guys. We'll see you in the next one.